Good morning. This is lecture number 3 in Nyquist stability criteria analysis based lectures. In the previous lecture, we have taken a simple problem where you doesn't have a pole to be considered in the imaginary axis. So as I said in the previous problem, I'm including a little complication, that is I'm adding a pole. That is, this problem has a pole in the j omega axis. Now look at the problem statement. Construct a Nyquist plot for a feedback control system whose open loop transfer function g of s h of s is equal to 5 by s into 1 minus s. Comment on the stability of the open loop and closed loop system. Now, open loop as usual, we will try to comment. Let us say this is your S plane, this is your RHS, and this is your LHS. One pole is located at the origin. We cannot say anything about it based on it. Maybe the relative stability is much lesser. Now, what is the second pole? It is 1 minus s. 1 minus s in the sense it is, if you substitute j omega, it is 1 minus j omega. 1 minus is the number is, real part is in the right hand side, and j omega minus j omega. So you may have a pole in this region. That is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. You may have a pole in the fourth quadrant. So since it is in right hand side, the open loop system is unstable. It is unstable. The open loop system is unstable. We have to verify whether the closed loop system is stable or not using Nyquist stability. So what we are going to do, again we have to form a Nyquist contour in the S plane. Since you are having a pole in the imaginary axis, you take a detour in that particular point. Around the particular point, you take a detour. You are not considering that point. Okay. So we have 4 sections: C1, C2, C3, and C4. C1 varies from a little omega is equal to 0 plus, a little away from your 0, to plus infinity. C2 changes its phase angle from plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. C3 varies from minus infinity to 0 minus, slightly deviated from its 0 value. And C4 varies its phase angle from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. This is the part. And the radius of section C2 is infinity, and the radius of section C4 is r tends to 0. So these are the considerations while we are taking care of a Nyquist contour in an S plane. And this r tends to infinity shows, as we have already mentioned, it's considering the entire right half of the S plane. And C4 is again having a radius r tends to 0. So we are taking a small detour around that point 0 available in this location 0, 0. So we have 4 sections. We have to map them separately as what we have done in the previous problem. So we consider the first section C1. It varies from 0 to infinity, slightly 0 plus to infinity. So now again, we have to go for a table, finding out where it starts and where it ends when you change omega from 0 to infinity. So convert this into a sinusoidal transfer function, substitute s is equal to j omega, verify whether it is in time constant form. Yes, no issue. So it's in time constant form. Now you consider what is the magnitude. 5 is a magnitude. It remains as it is. When you go for j omega, the magnitude of that is square root of 0 squared plus omega squared. So omega will be there. So omega is the magnitude. And since it is in j, the j omega is the denominator, you have exactly a 90 degree for this particular term, because if you say 90 degree lies here, so this is your j omega, This is your j omega, this is your sigma. So j omega, the angle is 90. Angle is 90. So you get a 90 there. If it is minus j omega, obviously it will be here. So obviously you will have a minus 90 here. We will see. So omega 90 for this j omega. The magnitude of this particular term is square root of 1 squared plus omega squared. And the angle, if you see, it's here, may possibly somewhere here. And the angle contribution will be not an obtuse, it's an acute. So what is acute? Acute is angle less than 90. Obtuse in the sense it is more than 90. If it is more than 90, the phase angle change should be 180 minus that angle. If it is acute angle, it remains as it is. So you have, what is that? Tan inverse of omega. This term, you'll have tan inverse of omega. Since it is minus, actually you'll have minus tan inverse of omega. Right. If you consider magnitude separately and phase angle separately, you will have this as your magnitude part and this is your phase angle part. This 90 goes up in the numerator, it becomes minus 90. Minus tan inverse of omega goes to the numerator, becomes plus tan inverse of omega. So these two are the magnitude and your phase angle. Okay, it has been mentioned already. Minus 1 minus j omega represents a point in the fourth quadrant. Right, we have discussed it. Now we vary omega from 0 to infinity. As I mentioned, you can change the omega value as you like, but be cautious that you get some value around it. So you are trying to trace the graph from when you vary from 0 to omega from 0 to infinity, how your magnitude and angle is going to change. That is how you are going to plot it. Okay. So you take your values of omega as cautiously so that you can trace the graph. So if you put 0 in the denominator, that is omega is equal to 0, it get an infinity value. If you put 0 here, tan inverse of 0 is 0, so you get minus 90. I'm going to the last part. If you put something infinite here, omega is equal to infinity, anything over infinity becomes 0. Okay, then here if you put infinity, tan inverse of infinity is plus 90, minus 90 becomes 0. So obviously how your diagram will be looking out. Okay, how your diagram looks like. This is your g of s plane, let us say. When omega is equal to 0, the value is infinity. It is in minus 90. How the variation of your magnitude as well as angle is changing. If you see the angle change, it is minus 90 is here. I will check another color. Okay, minus 90 is here. Okay, minus 90. Minus 90 will be reached at infinity. So you'll start like this. Then the value is varying from 7, 3, 1, 0, 0, etc. and all. And the angular change is minus 59, minus 45, minus 26, minus 5, it goes to 0. So minus 90 in this direction, the angles will be reducing. Minus 90, okay, minus 90, minus 80, minus 70, minus 60, it goes on like that. So your curve will be looking like this, in this direction. And this is the point of when omega at this point, angle 0 and magnitude is also 0. So it will be looking like this. We can see it here. So this section C1 can be mapped like that. So what about C3? What about this C3? C3 is again the mirror image of this C1. So how it will be looking like this? This can be modified a little bit like this, possibly. And this is the direction. No, this is the opposite direction, right? This will be like this. You can see C3, and that is the direction. Yes, what I have marked is previously is correct. Yes, the mirror image. Now you will see about C2. C2, the phase angle varies from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And the radius of the mapping C2 will be infinity. So you replace S with R e power j theta and R e power j theta, and R tends to infinity. In that case, what happens? This 1 plus st term, this 1 plus st can be equivalent to st. So this 1 minus s will be having minuses there. Okay, minuses there. But what is minus s actually? Minus s provides you e power j pi. Because what is e power j pi? It is cos pi minus j sin pi, cos pi minus j sin pi. This is going to be 0. Only you have cos pi. What is cos pi? Cos 180 is minus 1. So minuses can be s squared minus s squared. Instead of that minus, you can replace it with e power j pi. E power j pi. And it's a typical example. So you can memorize that also. If we get like that minus actually, you have to introduce the e power j pi there. Okay. So phi comes as it is. This term 1 minus s can be modified as minus s. Minus s multiplied with this s becomes minus s squared. Instead of minus, you replace that with e power j theta, because e power j theta, e power j pi can be written as minus 1. Okay. Okay. Then you replace that s with limit r tends to infinity, r e power j theta. So instead of s, you replace that. So what happens? R e power j theta, you multiply that, the power comes inside, it will be e power j 2 theta. If you substitute r tends to infinity, anything by infinity becomes 0. Anything by infinity becomes 0. Anything by infinity becomes 0. This 2 multiplied inside will become 2 theta, j 2 theta. If it goes up, it will be minus j 2 theta. This also goes up, minus j pi. Combine it, you will get e power minus j, take it common, 2 theta plus pi. Now you are supposed to replace this theta with these values, plus pi by 2, minus pi by 2. So if you substitute pi by 2 first, what happens? 2 gets cancelled. You'll have pi plus pi, 2 pi. So you are getting this value 0 e power minus j 2 pi when theta is equal to pi by 2. And it's obviously the next value. If you replace this with minus pi by 2, it becomes 0 e power j theta becomes e power j 0. So the value is 0. The angle is 0. The angle is 2 pi here. So how can you draw the mapping? I will take another color. Try to explain it. You'll see this is your g of s, h of s plane. So this is your g of s, h of s plane. Initially, the magnitude is 0 and the angle is starting from minus 2 pi. Minus 2 pi is what? Minus 360, and it ends at 0. So minus 360 is here, somewhere here, probably, because the magnitude is very 0 actually. So minus 360 to 0. How it reduces? Minus 360, it goes to minus 270, minus 180, then minus 90, then back to 0 in this direction. In this direction, you can see it here. And the radius of this is 0. Radius is 0. So C2 is over. What about C4? C4, the radius is 0. So what is the change you will have? You take it from here. 1 minus s will be considered as only 1 for C4. And you have to replace s with limit r tends to 0. You will see that. You can see it here. R tends to 0. 1 minus s becomes 1. You see the theta value varies from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So your transfer function becomes like this, 5 as it is, s comes as it is, this 1 minus s is 1, so you are getting 5 by s. Replace s with r tends, limit r tends to 0, r e power j theta, anything by 0 is infinite, so the magnitude value is infinite, and this e power j theta goes upwards, it becomes e power minus j theta. Now you replace this theta value, first if you put theta is equal to minus pi by 2, you will get plus pi by 2, e power j pi by 2. If you replace theta with pi by 2, then you get infinity e power minus j pi by 2. So how to map it? Since the radius is infinite, it varies from 90 to minus 90. So you take this g of s, h of s plane. So my plus 90, it starts from plus 90, it goes to minus 90. How it goes? Plus 90, 0, minus 90 in this direction. And the radius r is infinite. R is infinite, you can see it here, R is infinite. Okay, this is how. Now you have to combine all these 4 graphs. All these 4 graphs, if you combine it, you are getting it like this is C1, this is your C2, this part is your C3, and this part is your C4. So this is how you got your Nyquist plot for the given transfer function. Now comment about stability. Since the radius of this particular contour, how much it is? This radius is 0. It's very minimum. It's exact, very much lesser radius actually. To know the diagram, you are having such a big semicircle available here, but the radius is very 0, limited, very small value. And what is this radius? This radius is infinite. Since this is very little value, it will not cover this point -1 plus j0 point. But what about the pole? You have already a pole in the right hand side. Yes, you have a pole in this 4th quadrant, 1 minus s. But you are not encircling that -1 plus n0, -1 plus j0 point once in the anticlockwise direction. So what is the comment? Since you are having a pole in the right hand side of this plane and your Nyquist plot is not encircling that -1 plus j0 point once in anticlockwise direction, the system is unstable. The system is unstable. You are having a pole and it is not, the Nyquist plot is not encircling it. You can see it here, it is away. Here it is -1 and the encirclement is happening here, somewhat near the origin. It is not covering that -1 plus 0 point. Since it is not doing that, your closed loop system is unstable. Your open loop system is also unstable and closed loop system is also unstable. I think you are able to follow. We will meet with another problem in the next lecture. Thank you.